win the game.
Yes,
You're damn right.
You're
damn right.
Shout out. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome in. Welcome back to another episode of Format Podcast Live. Unusual time, unusual day, but man, sometimes you catch wind of something going on in the sports world and you just want to fire up the mic, turn on the computer and talk about it. So that's what we are going to do. We got a pretty decent show for you tonight. Obviously one topic, but if you saw the thumbnail, you know what it is, man. Isiah Thomas. I got all the respect in the world for this guy as a player, but this just got to stop. But we'll get into it. What's good, Sneed? How you doing, brother?
Excellent, bro. By the way, props to the Notre Dame Fighting Irish t-shirt. Steve in the chat, props to the t-shirt.
King of the chat.
One time, shout out to Steve, bro. One time.
Good to see you, Steve. Good to see you, man. Been a while, man. I'm so glad.
Yeah, been a while. Yeah.
Absolutely.
I'm about to say, bro, the chat hasn't been the same. It's felt a little incomplete, man.
Yeah, it's definitely not quite the same without the king, man. It's not. So we are going to talk about Isiah Thomas, who Steve fully supports. And but right, there we go. The KD guy is back. Steve is the KD guy. So we're going to talk about that, and it's going to be good. But before we do that, you know what time it is. We are going to shout out the channel members like we always do. Then we'll come back and get right into it. So Coach T, host of the Be Ready Sports Podcast, a.k.a. Laker Nation, my guy, first ever channel member. What's going on, brother? Good to see you. It's not that serious. How you doing, man? Chief Sid Bubba, shout out to you. Appreciate everything you've done for our great nation and appreciate everything you do for this show. And, of course, shout out to the boys from Annapolis. Order arms. All right. Baltimore Bruce, what's good? Steve, king of the chat, already shouted you out, but you can't get enough shout outs, man. It's great to see you here. Nino, what up? Sneed got what you need, of course. Number one contributor, Micah and D Ross 881. All right. Y'all know what time it is, man. Like and subscribe to the channel. Share. That's how this thing is going to continue to grow. And if you're wondering, again, why we're on at this odd time, it was just we got this topic and we just wanted to give you all our thoughts on it. So here we are. And of course, sometimes when you do things at a different time, maybe you get that opportunity to get viewers who don't normally watch you or who aren't part of your normal live stream. So hopefully we get some of those as well. All right, let's get right to it, man. Sneak. Isiah Thomas, in my estimation, is probably a top 15 NBA player of all time. I believe that. I think Isiah Thomas is the second best point guard of all time. And I believe he's the best small player of all time. Yes, that includes Allen Iverson. Yes, that includes Steph Curry. Because Steph Curry, while he's an incredible shooter who changed the game and a great scorer, he's got the benefit of the rules. He's got the benefit of the era, and he doesn't defend the way Zeke did. So to me, as you know, when you play both sides of the ball at an extremely high level, that gives you more credit with me in terms of where I rank you and how I rank you. So, I would take Zeke over Steph any day because Zeke can give you 40. He can give you 15 assists. Mm-hmm. He can give you the 3 steals and really give you a pocket on defense. So, to me, that's why he's the best small player of all time. Obviously, 2-time champion, almost got a 3-peat, but almost doesn't count, as my pops used to say. But before we even get into the comments and all that other stuff, what are your thoughts on Isiah Thomas as a player in his time?
I think
all time, I guess.
Yeah, all time. I think Zeke is one of the toughest players to ever play in the league.
Facts.
He won a championship with a busted ankle.
No, he didn't win that year.
Oh, he lost that year?
That was 88, yeah.
So he played through it. So that's right before they broke through. They won the following year. Mm-hmm. But he wanted to win so badly that he played through a severe ankle injury.
Yeah, 25 points in the third quarter in game 6. Yeah.
It's not like a regular player. He's a player that relies on quickness, agility, lateral movement. I mean, dude's tough as nails. One of the toughest players to ever play. One of the most skilled players to ever play. People always ask me, who's the best point guard? It's him. It's Magic. It's an elite company. You look at that group of guys. Winner, You know, he won at the highest level.
Mhm.
They did it with a very unique style. It's toughness and grit. They did it in, Detroit, a hard nose, blue collar town, automobile workers, steel, it was all that. But I think, when I think about his talent, his achievements, his career, who he played against in terms of the competition, he checks all the boxes. It's everything else, Bruce, and we're gonna discuss that tonight, but the
Sure.
basketball credentials,
Flawless.
oof. This is a guy where if I told a kid, "You're a small guard and you wanna be a good player, let's go watch some Zeke film, let's see how to play
Mhm.
basketball. This
Yeah,
is what you should do."
sure,
Yeah.
sure. No doubt, no doubt. Real quick, Bookie Allen in the chat. What up, Bookie? Bookie says Zeke wasn't a great defender. Joe Dumars guarded the best guards like Klay Thompson did with Steph. With that said, I'm gonna say Joe Dumars, yes, all-time great elite guard defender. But just because he was a great defender doesn't mean Zeke wasn't, just because he was better. You know what I mean? Yes,
Mhm.
Dumars was that number one guy, but Zeke was also an outstanding defender. Let's put it this way. Zeke won a national championship and played for the general Robert Montgomery Knight. Do you think that he's freaking Bob Knight starting point guard if he doesn't defend?
I don't
Uh,
think I don't
that's just
think I don't think we wanna frame it too far away from the truth, right?
mm-hmm.
We don't need to downgrade Zeke's defense, right?
Right.
We don't need to act like he was better than Joe Dumars, but we
No,
don't need to see was not chopped liver. That
that's right.
man could defend the position.
Yes,
He was not a weak defender
correct.
against any matchup.
Correct.
Any
Correct.
matchup, he was holding his own.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And by the way, oh, we'll get to that. We'll get to that. But yeah, absolutely. That's the thing. It's so weird in modern discourse, whether it's sports or political or whatever. It's like if you have an opinion, somehow that puts you diametrically opposed to the opposite side. And I'm like, huh? Like just because, like we said, just because Joe Dumars was a great, great defender doesn't mean Zeke wasn't a very good. I don't know, whatever.
No, I
But
mean, I think that's a fair assessment.
yeah, yeah.
Joe Dumars, okay, fine, a better defender than Zeke, but Zeke was not a bad defender. Zeke was above average defender. Zeke defended the other team's better perimeter players too.
Mm-hmm.
Joe Dumars was tasked with maybe the bigger wings.
Mm-hmm. Well, Zeke
Somebody's
had to
they all
defend
have roles. Like, what are
Zeke
we
had to
talking about
defend
here?
John Stockton and Tim Hardaway Sr. and Kevin Johnson and Mark
Guys
Price.
in the Hall of Fame, Bruce?
Thank you.
Offensive Hall of Fame
A lot of
type
real good,
talent. Yeah.
yeah, a
Yeah.
lot of real good point guards he had to defend back then. But anyway,
Yeah.
this is not so much about us trying to make Zeke's case as a great player. I think that case has already been made. Although unfortunately, he's now at the point where many of the basketball fans, because many modern basketball fans don't value history at all. They're very disrespectful, say things like the Wax Museum, etc. But many modern basketball fans don't honor history and don't honor the great players of the past. So I think a lot of people don't realize how great Zeke was when he was playing. But with that said, as we mentioned, his credentials are inarguable, right? Top 15 player all time, two-time champ, finals MVP, so on and so forth. In my opinion, again, second best point guard of all time. Now, what's the problem with all this, right? Zeke has been a coach. He's coached multiple teams to the playoffs. He's been a coach in the NBA. He's been a coach in the CBA. I think at one time he was the owner of the CBA. One time,
Yeah.
a very intelligent dude. One time, head of the Players Association for
Did you just say a one-time intelligent dude?
Is that what I said?
Yeah, what does that
Oh,
mean?
no. Then I was running off and a very intelligent dude. A
Okay.
very intelligent dude. I think I was mixing up because I was saying he was the
I
one.
was like, did you just change your
No,
view
no,
on him not being
no, I think he's still a
at
very
one
intelligent
point
dude.
he was intelligent?
No, he's very intelligent despite some of the crazy things he says. No,
You're
I was
right.
saying he was the one time president of the NBA Players Association. There we go.
Gotcha.
Yeah, NBAPA. There we go. So he was a very intelligent guy. Wow, I did it again. Okay. He is a very intelligent guy. He was the former president of the NBA Players Association. So, again, credentials across the sport are there. Also, he's, I think, a former GM, right? He was GM in the Knicks. That didn't go too well. President
right.
of the Knicks.
Mm-hmm.
That didn't go too well, but nobody's perfect. Okay, so now with all of that, for the last few years, for whatever reason, Isiah Thomas has been on this crusade against Michael Jordan. And it's clear because the stuff that he is saying and has been saying in regards to Jordan for the last few years is absolute absurdity. And it's really weird because, and you can go back on the channel, I've done some other shows on this and the stuff that he's saying about Michael Jordan. We have him on wax saying that Michael Jordan is the greatest player he's ever seen. We have him on wax. And this is a guy that played against Bird and played against Magic and played against Kareem and all these other all-time greats. And he said Michael Jordan's the greatest player he's ever seen. But coincidentally, after The Last Dance came out and Michael Jordan called him an a-hole on The Last Dance, all of a sudden his tone shifted and you started hearing him say all these other things, and he's constantly taking shots at Michael Jordan. Now, when you hear him talk about it, he tries to frame it and mask it in basketball context, in the context of an intelligent guy and all that, but nobody's believing you, Zeke. This is crazy, man. So I'm going to play this clip, and then I'm going to come back and I'm going to get your opening thoughts, Sneed, and then we're going to have to break it down like we do, man. Let's go.
Speaking of records, Kevin Durant passed Michael Jordan on the all-time scoring list. How did you feel seeing one of the current legends of the game passing up one of your rivals?
Love it. I love it because he keeps elevating the game. It goes to a standard. And I don't love it because he passed MJ. Shit, a lot of people done passed him along the way. So it ain't just like this is the first time he's been passed. And I said this to Kevin Durant, and I'm going to say this to all of you sitting on the panel. And I said to Kevin Durant, hey, if you would have played back in our era and they put you in the triple post at the mid-post area and they took Michael Jordan out and you played with Pippen and you played with Kukoc and you got to run into the mid-post, shit. Would he have won 6 championships? Absolutely. With Rodman and Pippen and Kukoc and BJ and Craig Hodges and all them around him, and he get the post up in the mid-range, and that ball is, targeted to him every night, and he's getting up 25, 30 attempts. Yeah, he can do the same thing. The most amazing thing about Kevin Durant is go back and, ask one of your research guys to pull this data up. How many shot attempts does Durant have compared to the shot attempts that Jordan had to break the record?
We got to get a research group, first of all. That's going to be our number one thing. We're going to
KD's
take
definitely one of the most efficient scorers to ever play this game. So I can understand exactly what you're saying.
Yeah, I don't think he's taking over 16, 17 shots a night. Very rarely is you see Kevin Durant taking 30 shots. He gives it to you, on 17, 18 shots.
That's real.
Okay, so that was Isiah Thomas, and he was on the Back podcast with Michelle Beadle and Boogie Cousins, and I can't remember who the third guy was, but okay, we got one in the chat. Here we go. KD is way better than MJ. All right, about 12 years old. Got it. Okay, so let's go. First, I'm gonna get your opening thoughts on these comments. Sneed, where are you with this? And then we're gonna go ahead and rip these apart.
He moved between a couple of key points. He started by talking about tearing down MJ, right? KD would have won if he would have had what MJ had. I just want to start there and say that there's no proof that Kevin Durant is capable of winning 6 championships. I'll start by saying only a very few select players have ever won 6 NBA championships. How many have won 5? How many have won 6? It's a very exclusive group.
Yeah.
Kevin Durant has 2 and has been so far away from championship basketball for so long. People forget that was almost 10 years ago.
Yeah.
So it's not like even recency bias.
Yeah.
See, so I'll start there. By let's not pretend that it's easy, common, or regular to win 6 NBA championships. We'll start there.
Mm-hmm.
He then moved on to talk about the volume of shooting that Michael Jordan enjoyed. He talked about the offense. He talked about the triangle. And Kevin Durant is viewed as a quote-unquote assassin.
Mm-hmm.
Kevin Durant has disappeared in games, high-profile games. Kevin Durant struggles with handles from time to time.
Mm-hmm.
Kevin Durant struggles with leadership. Kevin Durant lacks a lot of the things that are required for winning at the highest level, which is why winning at the highest level has evaded him for a large duration of his career.
Mm-hmm.
These two aren't in the same stratosphere in terms of what they're made of, which takes me to championship basketball. Kevin Durant has proven he can win 2 championships.
Mm-hmm.
Michael Jordan has proven he can win 6.
Right.
And it is obvious to most people
Mm-hmm.
that he probably would have won more had he not retired the first time.
Yeah.
But we don't need to do that because it didn't happen. He did retire. So he won 6. And that's special and unique. And Kevin Durant has won 2.
Mm-hmm.
And that is not special, nor is it unique.
Right.
He belongs in the same territory as other 2-time championship winners.
Mm-hmm.
He belongs in the same category with other really, really nice players.
Mm-hmm.
But he ain't MJ.
No.
He didn't do MJ things. He wasn't built like MJ. And we are not going to superimpose Kevin Durant into MJ and say he would do the same thing. Hell no. You are crazy and you sound stupid.
There we go. Opening salvo from Sneed. Got what you need. All right. So let's start with the first thing Isiah said. That's wild, right? So if you notice when they asked him, how'd you feel about a guy from this era passing one of your rivals, right? One of the legends, he said, I love it. And if you notice, the other people on the panel immediately started like just snickering and chuckling. Did you notice that? Immediately they started that. And why is that? Because they know. But again, what he tried to do, he being Zeke, he tried to frame it as, well, no, I love it, not because he passed Jordan, but because, they're continuing to set the standard and the game is evolving. So it was interesting. The first thing he said that was kind of like, really? He says, well, let's not act like it's because he passed Jordan. Shoot, a lot of people done passed Jordan. Really? 2 people. 2 people passed Jordan. 2. Right? I'm sorry, 3. Obviously, LeBron passed him. LeBron's all-time leading scorer. Kobe and Kevin Durant. I don't know how that constitutes a lot of people for Isiah, which is odd because I believe he has a master's in English from Cal Berkeley. Hey, okay, whatever. But he says 3 equals a lot. Oh, okay. So
well, if you had to make a convincing argument, you have to convince people using some lenient terminology. He's looking for a little flexibility in that definition, isn't he? Plenty of guys. 3.
right. A lot of guys. Right. So, okay, cool. Then he starts to talk about why he feels like Kevin Durant would be able to, if put in the same situation, achieve what Michael Jordan achieved. And this is where, to me, it gets really interesting when he says, if they put you in that triple post, which is another name for the triangle offense, he says they put you in that triple pose and on elbow and on the wing, whatever, would you have 6 championships? Absolutely. Absolutely not. And I'm going to show you why. Okay. Now, here is Kevin Durant in the modern day struggling against modern day NBA defense, right? So we're seeing here a bit of physicality. We're seeing a very solid schemes. We're seeing them not allowing him to get comfortable where he wants and needs the ball, right? We're seeing defenders consistently handing him off, just textbook perfect switching. Now, I'm not a big fan of switching everything on the pick and roll and all that, but the Celtics did a fantastic job in this series.
Well, they have the personnel.
Yes. Yeah. They had the perfect personnel to do it. And you see, they're consistently handing off. They're fighting through screens everywhere he goes. They're not allowing him to get comfortable.
Those are fouls on KD, by the way.
Yeah. Even when he does get the ball, look at this. You got Derek White on him right now, but here comes the help. You're shading Jaylen Brown, elite defender and offensive player, right? You're getting hands in the face. You're making everything difficult. This is him putting it on the floor and having difficulty. Now here's the help defense with the block. So I keep saying it when people talk about, is he an all-time elite defender in terms of what he's been able to do throughout his career? Absolutely. But when people talk about he would be an elite scorer and the same type of scorer and player back then that he is now, I think that's such a lie, because we just saw the difficulty that this guy had for that series. And that, by the way, is the worst playoff series he's ever had. For that series, he shot 39% from the floor, right? And so I'm like, well, where are they getting this from? Like, I really don't understand, what that's about. It's kind of weird to me. And so you look at it and you're saying, well, how are people saying this stuff? All you have to do is go back and look. It's all right there. I'm not making this stuff up. It's right there. And no, Steve, he would not cook back in the 90s. You want to know one of the reasons why? He's not physically strong enough at 7 feet.
What does he rank in scoring in the league? Like, what's he? 6th, top 10?
He is 5th now.
Okay, he's 5th.
Mm-hmm.
He is the 5th points per game right now?
Yeah.
He'd have the 5th points per.
You're talking about points per game. I thought you were talking
No, like points per game. If we look at his seasons, since he's been playing in the NBA, Bruce, I think he would be that type of scorer still.
I don't.
I mean, the shot's true. There's enough bad defensive teams in the NBA. There's been enough bad defensive teams in the NBA. He would have gotten there would have been games where he dropped, big points.
Yeah, there would have been games. I'm sorry, go ahead.
If he's been a top 10 scorer every year for the last 15 years, he would have did that the same thing in the old NBA too.
So
he also would have been adjusted, Bruce. He also would have found ways.
Yeah, he would have found ways. I think he's a 20-point per game scorer, but not this all-time elite scorer that he is now. Because we keep talking about it, and it's a fact, not my opinion. The league changed the rules to allow for so much of this to go on, right?
That's why I said let's compare him to his contemporaries.
Okay, I got you.
You notice I'm not talking about total scoring output. I'm talking about his scoring ranking.
I got you.
We level the playing field when we say, how about your peers? So if he's the league's top 5 scorer, right? Let's say he's the 5th highest points per game. I think he would have been the 5th highest scoring points per game then too.
I don't know about that.
The shot's true. He can knock down a shot. It's a butter smooth shot. It's difficult to block.
Here's the problem. At 7 feet back then, they would have focused on trying to get him stronger, and they would have had him playing in the post more. He wouldn't have shot nearly as many threes back then. Not just because but him, 7 feet. And also back then, that wasn't a part of the game the way it is now in terms of shooting so many threes. Now, hold on.
He would have had a more reliable post game. He would have had probably a smoother hook shot.
I don't think he's strong enough to ever say that he would have had that a great post game. Let me take a quick moment to say 37 in the chat. I appreciate all you guys being here. Please make sure you like and subscribe to the channel and share. Now, hold on. Steve says in the chat, cherry picking his worst series is like Jordan haters talking about MJ's playoff series in the 80s. Here's the problem. Yes, MJ was losing in the 80s to all-time great teams, but we'll leave that alone. No problem. We'll put that to the side. But here's the difference. You can't find me a playoff series in the 80s or ever from Michael Jordan where he shot 39% from the floor and got completely locked down. You can't find me one. So that's a terrible analogy. So that's a nice try. Ed Dog says, I know you was going to show this BS. Steve says, how would I know you cherry picked this series? It's not about cherry picking this series. It's about utilizing this series to show what happens when teams get physical with Kevin Durant. And that was now. So think about back then. Ed Dog says, show clips on MJ when he didn't have Phil Jackson. Hey, Ed Dog, use your brain here, bro. I know you don't like to do that, but use your brain because Michael Jordan was killing more when he didn't have Phil Jackson. If you really want to look at it, for the most part, other than the 93 NBA Finals against Phoenix, Michael Jordan's numbers came down when he had Phil Jackson in the triangle. So try again, okay? So you want to talk wax museum this, wax museum and that? Do your history before you come for me. It's not going to go well for you, bro. Matter of fact, you want me to put the link up? I'll put the link up. You can come join us, and I'll see if you want to sit here and handle this smoke. But I know you won't. You're a coward. Anyway, so it's not a function of hating on KD or anything like that. It's a function of I watched it. I was there. I know what I saw. And then I know what I saw when KD had trouble with the Celtics in this era being a little bit physical. So you can't convince me that he would dominate back then like he dominates now. But anyway, moving right along. So then Zeke says when he's talking about KD would win the 6 championships if he played then, and he says MJ is getting 25 shots a game back then. So through back then, Isiah was right because if you look at the numbers, MJ averaged a little bit, about 23 and a half shots per game in his 6 NBA Finals series, right? So I'll give him that. He says 25. I'll give him that. KD throughout his playoff career, I think, has averaged about 21 shots per game. So it's actually not that far off. It's not that KD doesn't shoot. It's just we think that he doesn't shoot that much because he shoots at a high clip, right? His percentage is really good. He's an outstanding player. But here's the thing. I don't know if Isiah said it in this particular clip, Sneed, and then I'll let you go. But he says it later on in this same interview. He talks about how, here's the thing. KD passed Michael Jordan, and you can do the research, I think he did say it, on less shots. Well, one, Mike played 15 years. What is this year? 17, 18 for KD now? Mm-hmm. Yeah, right. So he's played 3 more years. And then how about this? If you want to talk about the research, this is what I don't like, right? People talking about the research. But Kevin Durant in his career has 6,165 points on 3-pointers. Incredible. We know he's an all-time great shooter. Michael Jordan, care to guess how many points he had on 3-pointers?
1,000?
1,743. Not a bad guess. Okay. So Kevin Durant has 4,422 more points on 3-pointers. So of course he did it on less shots because, again, the era that he plays in takes many more threes. And if you need the further evidence on that, let's move away from the points from 3 and let's go with the attempts. In his career, Kevin Durant has shot 6,017 3-point attempts. Michael Jordan, 1,778. Kevin Durant has shot 4,239 more threes in his career than Michael Jordan. So like when people say, oh, Kevin Durant, he's so much more efficient. He scored more points than Michael Jordan in less shots.
That's not efficiency, actually.
Yeah,
that's actually not how to measure efficiency.
Correct.
Field goal percentage is there's many
thing.
Different functions that go into there's quality of shot, there's double teams, there's different types of defenses that may have been thrown your way. How many of those were 3-pointers versus 15-footers versus 19-footers versus paint touches? Where was the origin of the pass? Where did they receive it? There's so many different things you could analyze. I know this, though. I know that when MJ was relied upon for scoring in clutch time, he delivered.
Facts.
As probably one of the most elite clutch players.
Facts.
Fourth quarters, final 5 minutes of the final frame, final possessions of the game. That dude delivered. And you know what? And also what MJ doesn't get much credit for is making the right basketball play, which he did very consistently. I would say that KD, if you look at the end of some of these games, he mishandles the ball. He makes errors and mistakes, and that'll cost them a chance at winning the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, no player's perfect. I'm not here to tell you a player's perfect. But because KD we're watching him right now, I see some pretty glaring deficiencies in how he perceives the game. That's up here.
Yeah.
He has an advantage over MJ. KD should be able to throw over defenses.
Right.
KD should be able to just raise up and shoot over anybody.
For sure.
But I mean, I see a lot of turnovers at some really inopportune times. That's how that costs you games.
Yeah. So I also think that it's pretty lazy of Isiah to say, we stick you in that offense, you're going to win 6 championships, because
it is lazy.
They're forgetting, or he's forgetting, and they let him get away with it. One of the key reasons that Michael Jordan has the 6 championships and 6 finals MVPs is not just him being unstoppable offensively. It's this. Michael Jordan was an absolute terror on defense. And I'm not saying KD is a poor defender, because he's absolutely not. But Michael Jordan was a nightmare on defense, in passing lanes, ripping guys. So, oh, by the way, Ed Dog, these are what real steals look like, and block shots. These are what real steals look like, not just hanging out, hiding on defense and playing the passing lane. We're talking about ripping people, getting in the
By
crowd.
the way, MJ's help defense was immaculate.
Insane.
His on ball was phenomenal.
Mhm.
His help defense was stellar. Yeah.
By the way, we hear all this talk about how LeBron defends all the positions, and in this clip alone, we've seen MJ guard 1 through 4.
That's not a real thing. That doesn't exist.
I'm just telling you, we know what they say.
If you could defend one position effectively, you could be a great defender.
Right.
If you could defend 2, you have range. If you could defend 3, you're elite.
Yeah, for sure.
There's no such thing as defending 4. There's no such thing as defending 5. That is just casual takes. That's just glazing. It doesn't exist. It's not a thing.
So, I just think it's so interesting, man. Why people? It's unfortunate, because it's really making Isiah look bad, because we know what he's out there to do. Now here's the other thing, right? If we're honest, let's be honest here. We saw KD get busy in Golden State, right, and win the 2 finals MVPs. But I think that's gotten him kind of overrated. And part of the reason I say that, obviously, his matchup in those series was LeBron James, right? So he gets a lot of credit for beating LeBron in those series. But KD had it easy. You couldn't double team him offensively, right? Because who are you going to leave? You're going to leave Clay? You're going to leave Steph, right? They, at any given time, those guys had 4 3-point shooters on the floor. So the way they were running out offense, the way the floor was spread, yeah.
In the previous season, Klay Thompson scored 40 and a quarter.
There you go, 37, I think, 37. But regardless,
fine, Bruce.
Yeah.
Fine. He only had 37.
You try to keep it accurate.
All right.
Yeah. So KD gets a lot of credit for that, and I think maybe even unfairly so, right? Yeah, he did his work. Yeah, it happened to be against LeBron, but that team was loaded, and it was real easy for him to do that. Now, the question is this. What has KD done since leaving there? What did KD do prior to being there, right? Since everyone loves to talk about, oh, what did MJ do without Phil and Scotty, blah, blah, blah. Ignoring the context, fine. And I'm not saying there's not context since KD has left, but he's consistently, until now in Houston, tried to load up teams, right? He tried to do the super team thing in Brooklyn, didn't work out. Tried to do the super team thing with 2 other all NBA caliber players in Phoenix, didn't work out, right? So what has he done since he left Golden State? So we gotta chill with the KD talk. I think he gets, again, nobody's saying he's a bum, but he really gets elevated for those final series where he was kind of in the perfect situation. And I think part of it, and again, back to what Isiah was saying, KD's not nearly the defender, and that was a big part of what was winning those championships for the Bulls. So I don't like when Zeke says, oh, you just take Jordan out, put him in there. He's winning 6 championships too. Zeke knows how hard it is to win championships. He needs to stop. He talks about
I would say KD lacks the genetic makeup to win 6 championships.
Oh, the genetic, mental,
well, that's kind of what I'm talking about. I'm talking about like the DNA, right, that it takes to win championships. 6. It's elite company. There's only a few guys that have done something like that before. KD is not that.
No, he's not.
No,
he's not. Yeah, so it's frustrating, just the disingenuousness on this front, right? So let's try this. There's a lot of debate going on in the chat, a whole lot. Cool. And this is what we love. We love to have this here on the show, but let's keep it simple. If the answer is yes, put a Y in the chat. If the answer is no, put an N in the chat. Cool. Do y'all really believe that if you take out Michael Jordan and replace him with Kevin Durant, those Bulls get 6 championships? Yes or no? This is what I want to know. Help me out. Because anyone who says that, your basketball card is revoked. There's no way. There's no way.
Yeah, it's not happening.
Yeah. Somebody in the chat said SGA clears Michael Jordan.
Bruce.
Oh,
Bruce.
come on, man.
Why are you entertaining?
Yo, KP Fanboy says, yeah. KP Fanboy, how old are you? Just out of curiosity. How old are you?
Bro, they're trying to ruffle you.
Anthony Irvin Fanboy, how old are you? Wow, people really believe that if you this is amazing. This is amazing. Okay. All right, you know what? Let's do this, man. Let's do it. We kind of giving our breakdown on it. And Sneed, you're going to take some of these calls too. You're not just going to leave me. You're going to take some of these calls. All right. The number is 9.
Yo, do I get control of the call? Because I'll dump a chump out, bro. Yeah.
Yeah, we want to hear from you guys, man. Talk to us. By the way, 48 in the chat. Appreciate it. Like and subscribe to the channel, guys. Like and subscribe and also share. Like, subscribe, and share.
We had a call one time.
Gassing these people up, man. Stop it. Yeah, 904-219-8264. We want to hear from y'all. All right, let's go. Here we go. All right, this is your call. This is your call, Sneed. Thanks for calling.
Yo, it's the Format Podcast. What's up, bro?
Hey, man. What's going on with this Michael Jordan love affair and this shitting on KD shit, man? Hey, what's going on, man? First of all, how y'all brothers doing tonight on this beautiful Thursday evening? Okay.
It's your time, Bruce. Go ahead. Monologue, bro.
Go ahead. Hey, Bruce. Hey, Bruce, man, we was great buddies. I don't know what happened, yo. I don't know what I did, yo, for you to treat me the way you've been treating me. But anyway, okay. Basically, Bruce, you basically just said KD is underrated, bro.
No, I say he's overrated.
He's overrated?
What? Do you not listen to the segment before you call in?
I'm saying, I thought you said overrated, brother.
Okay, do you not listen to the segment before you call in? I explain hold on, Bruce, real talk. Everything that I say on this show before we open the phone lines, I explain to you what my stance is. Then you call in and act like you didn't hear me. Did you listen to the segment or not?
Man, you just an old grumpy.
Did you listen to the segment, Bruce?
Brother, I'm just saying, I'm just going to the point where you say he's overrated.
Okay, so I explained to you why I said that. So why are you calling acting as if you didn't hear that now?
I'm saying, listen, brother, you've been buddies for the past about 2.5 years. I ain't never heard you say KD was overrated. Well, where does this come from?
Oh, I've always felt that way.
Because you always felt this way?
Yeah, but we don't talk about him a lot. That's what it is.
Okay, oh my God, we talked about KD.
Okay, man, go ahead with your point, man.
Sneed, got what you need, my main apple, Scrapple, Steve, man. Much respect, brother.
What up?
So you just say 2 championships basically was a failure, yo. That's what you basically. You know how hard it is to win a championship?
His weren't hard to win.
Oh my God.
That's what you basically saying. Like
No. His weren't hard to win. 2 is hard to win when you do it the right way. His 2 were not hard to win.
Okay. He didn't do it the right way. Okay. I'm on the fence with that. But he did it though. And he won 2 final MVPs.
Mm-hmm.
You know, listen. You know Michael Jordan's a bitch. How he treated Isaiah back in the night. Excuse me, like he's a bitch. How he blackballed Isaiah Thomas off the USA. He's a bitch for that. We all know that. He's a coward.
Hey, Bruce.
Wait, hold on, Brucey. You never called another man a bitch before and iced him out?
No, I'm a good. Nah, man.
All right, hold on,
believe you.
Bruce.
I don't believe you, bro.
Are you aware that Magic Johnson also played a role in keeping Isaiah Thomas off of the Dream
I
Team?
didn't hear nothing about Magic Johnson. I heard more about Michael.
Okay, do your homework. Do your homework, and then when you hold on. I'm talking. Do your homework, and then when you do the homework and you find out that what I'm saying is true, because I don't lie. When you find out what I'm saying is true, I want you to come back and I want you to call Magic a B the same way you call an MJ. All right? That's all I'm saying.
I got you, brother. We're in Atlanta Plains. I know you got somebody else get ready to call. You got a great show tonight.
Appreciate it.
And what did Magic basically, what he had to do with it real quick? I ain't heard nothing.
Magic, no, you won't hear because Magic is a diplomat, right? But if you read When the Game Was Ours by Jackie McMullen featuring Magic and Bird, Magic got upset that when he came out with his announcement that he was HIV positive, Isaiah Thomas allegedly was putting out the rumor that Magic was bisexual. Magic did not like that and was part of. He was part of keeping Isiah off of the Dream Team.
Right. You're right, though. You're right about that, y'all.
Okay, so really, hold on. So really, what you want to call up and say is, I don't like Michael Jordan, so I'm going to ignore anybody else, and I'm just going to attack Mike because I'm disingenuous and I'm not objective, right? That's what you're really saying, right?
I can love Michael Jordan, still think he's a bitch.
Right. Cool, and that's fine. Say the same thing about Magic. Go ahead, say it.
Nah, Magic ain't no hoe.
No. Say it. No, because he kept Mike off the Dream Team. I mean, he kept Zeke off the Dream Team just like Mike did. So say the same thing. Say the same thing.
Really? Okay.
Say the same thing. Yeah, you know how I do. Be consistent.
I ain't never heard enough about no Magic.
Okay, so go do the research. You think I'm making it up? Go do the research.
So Magic had a big part in this?
Yeah, I just fit. Do you listen?
Yes, I'm just fucking with you, Bruce. I'm trying to fuck. I'm just fucking with you, bro.
Yes, go do the research, man.
You know, I like the irritate you, man. Stop acting like that, Bruce. You know, man. Hey, man, that's just my buddy, man. You ain't like that with me, man. Don't be like that. Like I'm slow.
Come on, brother. Come on, brother. Tell him, brother.
Have a good day. Have a good night, brother. Great show, brother.
Thank you, Bruce. Thank you.
All right. Oh, shit.
Caller from Texas. Who's this?
My name is Charles.
What up, Charles? How you doing, man? Thanks for calling.
I'm doing fine, man. I'm trying to get in this conversation they have.
All good, brother. What you got?
I want to talk about KD. He was saying that KD was overrated, and I always thought that too. I always thought KD overrated myself, and I always thought he was a great player, but I never thought he was should be labeled in one of the great.
Right.
I would put Steph before him.
Ooh, that's interesting.
Yes, sir. Because KD, to me, he only have two moves. If you really watch his game, he either gonna pull up. He has no weakness. First of all, no weakness in his game. None. But he only have two moves. That's why when Russell Westbrook play against him, he always give him trouble because he only have two moves. He gonna do a crossover and a pull up, or all the way to the ball. That's his only move.
I think if you want to say he has no weakness, that's a little off because his post game could be better. If he had a real post game, then I would agree with you. He doesn't have a weakness, but that's not really part of the modern game, and he's not physically strong. So I get
right, exactly. But I was basing it on like from the mid range, the 3-point, and the free throw line. He has no weakness when it comes to that. Now LeBron, I'm a LeBron fan. Like that's my guy. Like, but LeBron does have a weakness.
Okay.
He don't have a mid-range game.
Right.
But he's everything. He can do all. That's what makes him great. He can do everything. KD do that. He don't have the leadership, and he don't have the IQ to know what, like when he get double teamed, he get lost. Like he do from there.
For
so
sure.
That's what. But I always thought he was a good player, man. He gonna go down as one of the greatest scorers. But as comparing him to Jordan, nah.
Yeah.
No, but that's what I want to get in. That's the first time I'm hearing the podcast, man. I just came across it, and I'm like, I'm interested in what they said.
Okay. Hey, man, I appreciate you being here, man. Like and subscribe.
Don't be a stranger, bro.
Right.
Yes, sir. I sure will. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, man. We got a lot of content, and we do this regularly. I appreciate you being there, brother.
Thank you, sir. And I'm going to subscribe right now.
Thank you, man. Have a great night.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Appreciate Charles. That's what's up. All right. We're here. We're here for a little while longer. I tell you what, we will hang with you guys till 11 Eastern. We want these calls, man. We want to hear from y'all.
I think it's interesting that he said he has no weakness and then proceeded to bring up weakness.
Well, some people do that sometimes.
Well, because what they're saying is it's perceived that because he's such an incredible shooter.
Okay.
Right. And because he could score so effectively, they're like, okay, no flaws. And then you start to just think about all the scenarios you watch him in, and you're like, wait a minute, he struggles in double teams.
Right.
Wait a minute, his handle's not that great. There's a little thing called physics when you're 7 feet tall. The ball's up high.
Right.
Like they don't want to put him down because he's great.
Right.
But it's the truth.
Well, you can.
So the more you talk, the more you start thinking of things.
Yeah, for sure. Sean, what up, man? How you doing?
Man, what's up, Bruce? Man, I'm just chilling, man. I'm watching the Dodgers game,
Oh,
and
God, baseball.
now, hey man,
It's American, like apple pie, Bruce.
We're just opposites, man. I'm a Lakers fan. You're a Boston fan. I'm a USC fan. You're a Notre Dame fan. And I don't know what team in baseball you like, but we're probably not going to be fans on that either.
Yeah,
so.
if I had to have a baseball team, it'd be the Yankees. But I'm not.
Why? Why?
New York Yankees, man.
I saw the Yankees game last night, man.
Yeah.
Aaron Judge is still feeling like the WBC, man. The dude
Yankees.
Okay, listen, we don't talk baseball on this channel, man. Go ahead. Back to the topic.
All right. I'm not gonna talk about that, but about KD, man. I was a big fan of KD.
Mm-hmm.
I still appreciate KD. I still think he's an all-time great. You know what I mean? Like he's one. I'll say like this: he is the greatest efficient, not greatest scorer, the greatest efficient scorer. As in, like for majority of his games, he's going to have a clean 50, 60 percentile.
But he's not.
Or maybe like 30, 40.
He's not the greatest efficient scorer.
Yeah.
Okay, who is?
Anybody who just dunked the ball all the damn time.
Mm-hmm.
Shaq, Wilt, give me those bigs who were already 6 feet away from the hoop when they got the ball in the post. They're your most efficient scorers. They took 2 steps and they were yamming on everybody. That's efficiency.
Yeah. So hold on.
About guys who's scoring buckets.
Okay, hold on, Sean. Let me check this out, right? Because you're equating efficiency with like field goal percentage. So cool, right? Kevin Durant is outstanding on top of this, right? But he's awesome on this. But he's 50.3% for his career, right? And cool. Yeah. Now, what Snead just said, guys putting the ball in the basket. So we're talking about field goal percentage. On much more difficult shots, right? i.e. sky hook, those type of things. Kareem is 55% from his career. So
I understand that.
Okay, so you really don't have an argument here. If, and I'm assuming my pops told me don't do that, but in this case I will. If you're equating efficiency with field goal percentage, is that what you're doing? I'm giving you an out here in case you not know.
I'm talking about as far as like mid-range shots, 3-pointers.
Mm-hmm.
As far as like him going to even as far as the post.
Okay, so that changes the discussion a little bit.
Yeah, he's in that argument when it comes to that. When it comes to him being an efficient scorer, as far as like playing the buckets, obviously, we talk about Kareem and Wilt. Yeah, they're more of a low post scorers than KD, so they have more opportunities to bucket. Shaq as well, but that's not the point though. What I meant about that, like I do believe he's in that, or let's say a conversation. Let's say he's in the conversation of it. Okay. I look at KD after Kim joined to the Warriors. I look at him in the same vein as LeBron, in the sense where he cowered out, he went to a super team, and he took advantage of it. You know what I mean? And he got those 2 championships. He got those 2 Finals MVPs. But after all that, he did not win anywhere else. You know what I mean? Like he tried to make super teams over in not Boston. I mean in Brooklyn.
In Brooklyn and in Phoenix.
Yeah, and also in Phoenix. Both of them failed, especially in Brooklyn. Brooklyn was supposed to be that.
Sean, is there any proof that KD would have won 6 championships if he was replaced and put into Michael Jordan's position?
Absolutely not, bro. He's not Michael Jordan's shoes. He doesn't even fill Kobe's shoes.
Right. So like, that's the point we're trying to make here. And Zeke is crazy for saying it.
Yeah.
I think the reason why a lot of people saying it because they want Michael Jordan, the man that has been in the other world or in 3 worlds, to come back to Earth, or they trying to make someone who's from Earth to be bigger than what they are. They did the same thing with LeBron. You know what I mean? Like, this guy is such and such amazing. But look what he actually has to do. Even through his agency, look at how much talent he has to pull in order to get through those 4 championships. It's I don't know. Like, for me, that ain't really that impressive. I mean, you're a good A&R, but that's not saying that you're a competitive player. In the same vein when it comes to Jordan. Jordan, you know what I mean, when he actually, like in the second year, while, you know, even though he got injured during his second year, he went over to the playoffs, and also he faced against the greatest Celtic team of all time. Even though he lost, he was outscoring people. It's just 2 different things. And he didn't have to go to other places in order for him to win championships. I think that a lot of people praise KD for his scoring, just like what I am. But the thing is, that's where my limit is. I don't believe that in the 90s he will dominate, especially with that level of defense.
Hell no.
It's two different levels. Like a lot of people be bragging about in today's world where, you know, we have two-way players and we have these great, awesome defenders. Not even on the same playing field. I can't even compare it to even the 2000s. But that's being all said. Like KD, he is great for what he is, amazing scorer. Mm-hmm. He's going to be breaking more records as far as the scoring record, and he doesn't do it while sacrificing his season. Unlike LeBron with my Lakers. Oh my gosh. But outside that, he ain't gonna be winning no championships. Like, bro, the dude, that's all he's gonna do. Just like finish the scoring record, wait until Seattle come back for that final year while having you come back to Seattle, your first place where you drafted, and then retire and probably work as an executive for Seattle or something. That's about it.
All right, Sean, I gotta let you go, man. We got a couple people waiting to get in.
I know. You're gonna be having a lot of people, you know what I mean, who just like Isaiah Thomas. I respect Isaiah Thomas for his hatred for Michael Jordan. I respect that more.
Well, I don't, because it's disingenuous and he's fronting like we don't know what it is, and he's trying to frame it in something else.
Well, then just say it like it is. Then
we got him on wax saying that Michael Jordan is the greatest player he's ever seen. We got that on wax.
He said that because he's trying to be nice. He's trying not to be looked upon as a hater. Come on, Bruce.
Well, he don't care about that anymore.
We live
Cat's out the bag, bro.
There's a lot of people who hate, man.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can't imagine yourself thinking that, hey, you know, I pretend I like somebody knowing I don't like him. Like, this is the world that he is. People hate greatness. They hate that the way that if I have to accomplish like Death guys, it's going to be hard for me. So I'd rather propel someone who is not as good as him so I can able to be matching up. That's what they do with LeBron. And that's what they do with KD. Isaiah Thomas looks at them as those guys who is lesser than MJ, but he'll propel him up. But I respect his hatred because he absolutely cannot stand that the fact that Michael Jordan have revitalized Chicago into a dynasty. He just hates him. And I have to respect that, man. Like, I'm from Chicago, even though I play with Detroit, but no one does not respect me as much as Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan is from New York, North Carolina, and he come over here, and everyone loves him more than me in my own city. I was the man of the street, and but the guy outshine me. That's what he is. Like, I had nothing more than respect for that. I mean,
no doubt, Sean. So I gotta let you go, man. I gotta get these calls in here, man. I appreciate it, though. Thank you, brother.
Thanks, Sean.
Sean with the
call back. Call back, whoever that was.
Coach T, I saw you call. Anybody else wants to get in? Let's get it. This is wild. Sean said, I respect the hatred. That's wild. Nino, what up, man?
It's real, bro.
BS, man.
Man, I was trying to stay out, but I was enjoying it. Y'all went too far with it.
What you mean? All right, let me hear what you guys say, Nino. I respect you. Let me hear what you guys say, man.
Now,
now Zeke made a valid point.
What point was
Y'all
that?
want Zeke to kiss MJ ring.
Nobody wants that.
That's what y'all want. Come on now, Bruce.
Hold on. Wait. Nino, hold on, man. Nino, first of all, I'm not an MJ guy off top. You know that.
I know you.
Right. So I don't understand. What we want is for Zeke to be honest and stop fronting like this is about anything other than the fact that he's mad that MJ said what he said on The Last Dance, and now he's always got something to say that's taking shots at Michael Jordan as a result. We know what this is.
They was rivals before then.
They were, but
right?
if you go back and watch the 98 finals, Zeke is on the call talking about why Michael Jordan is the greatest player ever. Zeke is on the call saying that.
That's what he's saying. Zeke said MJ was the greatest. I broke this down to you already. Okay, this is how my mama and them put it. I didn't see Magic, so I can't really say. But she a Magic guy. She in her 70s.
Yeah, Magic was that guy.
When I grew up, it was all about MJ. So I'm like, hey, MJ, we got the Jordan. He was talking about Magic. So I'm pretty sure before then we have never seen nothing like MJ. That's what I've been trying to get y'all to see the point. So without MJ, now this is why I'm not being disrespectful for this, because MJ done broke it down to me, and we gotta respect what he put down. MJ is responsible. That's why he comfortable. He know what he did. He is responsible for the guys that you got today. So they didn't want to play like the big guys. Everybody's trying to at least play like Jordan, built off the Jordan brand, right? You got LeBron off the Jordan tree. You got Kobe, T-Mac. You got, all the guys. I'm pretty sure AI the Kobe guy, right? Jordan guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, AI. So imagine if you never a creator of something. MJ was a creator of a style, and the Bulls was a creator of the way to play. Because you can vouch for this. I go back and watch some old games.
Mm-hmm.
That wasn't many teams playing like the Bulls. That was not. They wasn't really letting their guards just go crazy like MJ was within the flow. Now it's so much nuance to it, because they would still throw the ball to the post and all of that, and let MJ get busy at the same time. So we gotta take into effect that the system, the triangle, with the remix of MJ was nothing we had in the 90s. They didn't see it before. So how can this, when everybody's trying to at least imitate MJ, that automatically put the advantage in MJ's favor? Because they had never seen a guy with all the tools and the fundamentals, and I don't think people know this. MJ was, well, I know y'all know this. MJ wasn't, we talk about MJ like, because we see him in the late 90s, like he was just this mid-range. Man, MJ was a crazy athlete. Crazy. Back in them times, like even right now, to this day, MJ was crazy athlete, man. So people looking at it like it was all, like he didn't have the up-seater in his time. MJ had the up too. You know this, man.
Mm-hmm.
MJ was Wilt Chamberlain athletic.
Look, let me just say this. Let me keep it simple, Nino. The reason that people who saw MJ back then believe that he would dominate now, and the reason that people who saw that era don't believe that most of these players today would dominate back then, is very simply the difference in physicality and defense. And so if you, and I keep saying this, I don't know why people don't get it. I don't know if I'm not conveying the sentiment properly. If I put you in a situation where if you're great at something and I put you in a situation where there's less resistance, you will be even greater, right? If I am great at something and I put you in a situation where there is more resistance, I likely won't be as great. I don't know why that's so hard to understand. I really don't. Somebody explain that to me. Am I saying something that does not make sense there?
But
Solid.
you basing it off of what you saying the defense and all of that is more physical. You saying physicality, right?
Physicality, fundamentals. It was
seen
real.
them finals now, Bruce. I watched every final MJ played in. I didn't see all them hard fouls like now the conference finals. Maybe I didn't see all that clothesline and stuff in them finals. I didn't see it. Maybe you could point it out. I didn't see it. Now it was still rough defense. What we are trying to say is, and I seen these finals, the style that they played, the guys that they played against in the finals, there was no MJ there was nobody imitating MJ. They was playing in a certain way, in a certain system.
You're talking about back then?
MJ did back then. Now,
Wait.
Still great.
So Clyde Drexler didn't exist, and they weren't actually questioning who was better between Clyde Drexler and Michael Jordan at that time, which is why Jordan went off, right?
I told you, I seen Clyde.
Clyde was a monster.
He was a monster, but come on now. I seen it. I told you I wasn't just that. I ain't gonna disrespect him, but he wasn't like Now when I seen Dream, what I called you and say, Bruce, I stand corrected now.
Tell Ed Dog that. But anyway, go ahead.
So I'm saying my eye test now, and I heard another great say this about Dream. I mean about Clyde too. Now Dream, if somebody call in and say, okay, like Dream, in the era, he dominates. If we're not saying MJ, I hope ain't nobody saying this. We're not saying if you put MJ in today's era, Bron era, any era, in my opinion, MJ gonna be MJ.
Yes.
He gonna be one of the best, whatever.
No, he would be the best by far if he played today.
You say that. You say that.
I'm saying that by far, domination.
Who would be better? Hold on. Who would be better than him?
Well, you got Kobe, and you got Bron, and you got.
No, you said right now. Who would be better than him right now?
Well, I'm saying right now you got Wemby. You got. Not Wemby still got some. I think Wemby gonna get better, so I ain't gonna put Wemby at the top. I mean, like the Bron era. This more talking about the Bron D Wade era. But this era here got dogs and teams coming.
There's no player in the modern era that would be better than Michael Jordan. There is not. There's none. Period. And it's not close.
There's not a fundamentally better player. There's not a more skilled player. There's not a more tenacious player. There's not a more willing defender with an offensive repertoire, with the diversity of scoring. They don't have the mindset. They're missing everything he had in spades.
Yeah, there's nobody.
These somebody this era. What about? I'm saying Bron and D Wade and Kobe New.
Yeah, we talking about that one. Kobe would be the closest.
D Wade can't even shoot.
Yeah, he couldn't.
He's an average shooter.
Yeah.
What are we talking about?
No, Mike. No. But
there's better players than D Wade right now. Sure. What? D Wade's specialness was his incredible defense at the guard position. He defended the rim. That's what made him special. And he was clutch. He had big clutch games.
Y'all gotta get people in. What guard? Okay, and I ain't the biggest D Wade superstar. I want y'all to name me D guard in MJ era in the 90s, matter of fact, not the 80s. In the 90s, that y'all taking over D Wade. Not Jordan, not Jordan.
I'm taking Clyde Drexler over D Wade.
I'll take Mitch Richmond over D Wade.
Come on, man. I gotta go, man.
Yeah.
Prime D Wade versus Clyde.
Yeah, look, and go do the homework on Mitch Richmond too. Yeah, no doubt.
I'll take Mitch. I'll take Mitch Richmond over D Wade. I mean, it's close.
Right now.
Yeah,
it's close.
No doubt, Dino. Have a good one, brother. Appreciate the call. Coach T, I see you. Coach T, I see you. YD, I see you. Yeah, give us a call. Let's go ahead and get these in, and then we will.
If it's just about like skill, Grant Hill was probably better than D Wade. T Mac was probably better than D Wade. D Wade a little bit better on defense, right?
Yeah.
But offensively, T Mac way beyond D Wade.
Yeah. Coach T, what up?
What up, Bruce?
What's going on, man?
Man, I am so sick of sports analysis in today's world, bro. Like people just get on there and talk and talk with their emotions and stuff, and then we all just run with it. Like, come on now, bro.
Yeah.
When we grew up watching sports, man, they at least talk analysis.
Yeah. It's become
They don't do that no more.
very different now.
They talk on feelings and how they feel and their biases, and man, let's keep it a buck. Isiah Thomas is not no saint.
Mm-hmm.
Like he is not no saint. Like
I don't care about that.
The heat that he got back then was warranted. The way he was acting. When he came in the league, he came in supposed to be the guy, the dog that take over the league, and then this other dude from North Carolina came in and stole his shine. Didn't like that. That's why when the Pistons turned into the Jordan Rule, because they knew legitimately basketball wise they could not stop this dude.
Mm-hmm.
So we had to resort to being over physical and getting into his head. And when that didn't work, what did they do when they beat him? They decided that we just gonna do what Boston did to us and just walk off the court and shoulder it and he gonna use his excuse like that was passing the torch. Like, no, compared to all the stuff that was going on, what was said back then, out of your mouth, out of Bill Lambert's mouth, out of all y'all mouth, you know damn well if you want the way y'all walked off the court, you don't know MJ was going to take and the Bulls going to take that as disrespect. Keep it a buck. So why would you want to share the dream team with somebody that feel that way about you, that came off the rip, hating on you like that? Zeke hated on Jordan first. Like, y'all just want to use revisionist history and not dive into the facts of what was going on back then.
Mm-hmm.
Zeke was butthurt because there was multiple. He wasn't the best point guard in the league. That was Magic.
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't the most talked about and most liked player in the league. That turned into MJ. That was Magic. That Bird. They was getting more heat than him. And 3, who knocked Zeke out from our NBA first team 4 years in a row? Magic and Clyde Drexler.
Well, here's the thing, though. He never had beef with those guys. Remember, him and Magic were tight. And if you read about it, he had Magic had a bedroom and a wing in his mansion for when Zeke used to come hang out with him in the summer. And their families used to vacate together and all that. But what he said was when they got to the finals, that's when they were against one another because they're both, ultra alpha competitors. That's when their relationship kind of soured. And then, Magic obviously cut him off. And he didn't know why after the bisexual comments or whatever. But they were tight for a minute.
So I always say Mitch dudes gonna move like Mitch dudes.
Mm-hmm.
So that was cool like that. So why when Magic got into the worst part of his career when he had to walk away the game from prematurely, why was he running his mouth like that about a dude that he's supposed to be cool with?
I don't know. But this is what was, was reported or whatever.
That tells you what type of dude he is.
Could
and
be.
How he moves.
Could be.
So, yeah, man, people just got to stop dipping in the Kool-Aid because they got their biases toward toward a player because they like somebody else and everybody's saying they great. Man, keep things a buck.
Mm-hmm.
You weren't around back then, so you can't speak on stuff back then.
Right.
So So with that being said, all right, KD and Jordan. It's I can't believe we actually having this conversation.
Okay, let me stop you. That's not the conversation. That's not the conversation is Isiah Thomas saying that if you took Jordan out of the Bulls and you put KD in there, KD would have the same 6 championships. Let's keep it to that. That's the conversation. Go.
Dang, Bruce, you're cutting people off.
No. He's framing it so that we stay in alignment, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, this is so easy. This is so easy. This is to bury. Like it's not even funny. I can't believe he even fixed his mouth to say that, because the evidence is right there. Like with more talent than Jordan has, he couldn't do nothing with it.
Right.
Like, yeah, I give him like OKC was up and coming. Yeah, KD was playing like an MVP. He even won an MVP with OKC. That was the most lethal we've ever seen KD was in his OKC days. Like he was deadly. But what happened? Still fell short to LeBron James.
No doubt. Hold on 1 second, Coach T. Let me give a shout out to Path the Engineer. Appreciate the $5 super chat. Path the Engineer says, nice topic. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it, man. We had a feeling that this one was gonna draw some engagement. That's why, when me and Snead got together tonight and said, let's go ahead and rock this. But with that said, Coach T, land the plane. It's getting late on the East Coast, man. Come on.
You should have took my call first.
Nah. I was already on the call, but go ahead.
But the evidence is right there, man. He had more. Couldn't get over the hump until he sided with Steph and them. MJ. This is what's so impressive about the Bulls run. More the last 3-peat than the first.
Mm-hmm.
So the first they wasn't even picked to win it, and they beat it and they did gentlemen sweep the Lakers.
Okay.
The smoke the smoke and everything when talking about Clyde better than him. He can't do this. He couldn't do what he do against Clyde Drake, but he can match MJ defensively, athletically, and scoring, all that. What'd he do? Beat him in 6. Set the finals breaking in 3s when they said he couldn't shoot. Did that in the first half.
Mm-hmm.
Second 3-peat. They had the oldest team in the league. All 3 years. And what did he do? Won 72 games, 65 and 62. 3-peated. And you trying to tell me you think you're going to say KD's going to do that? When he hasn't came close to that, even when he was with Steph and them.
Mm-hmm.
They haven't came close to what MJ did in his last 3-peat. And then KD doesn't have the mental toughness to pull off a 2 3-peats like that. Because he gets in his feelings when somebody tweets something bad about him. He got to go into his burners account. That tells you how mentally weak he is. Like, why are you an NBA player going at fans? When we all know fans are crazy. They're going to say whatever they got to say. They're going to say what they got to say on the couch. They're not in the gym with you grinding. They don't know what you're doing. They only reacting to what they see on the court. Maybe if you don't like what they saying, maybe you need to do better on the court. So maybe they won't say that.
No doubt.
But as far as repeating what nobody will repeat what he did. Will they come close? Absolutely. You're gonna see some guys come close. When you just seen a person that averages 19 points a game get the second highest scoring game in this modern era, anything's possible now.
No doubt. Hey, listen, Coach T, I gotta let you go, man. We're gonna take a couple more calls and get out of here, man. I appreciate it, though. Thank you, brother.
Let me say one more thing.
Okay.
You put MJ on KD's team. He's having more than 6 rings.
There you go. Right. I appreciate it, man. Thank you.
All right, Coach T.
All right, Coach T. All right, Ed Dog, call back. And then Ed Dog and then YD, you call last. And then after that, it's a wrap for the night, y'all. All right. Okay. Well, what up, YD? What's going on, brother?
Hey, what's up, man, bro? You good?
Yeah, maintain it, man. How are you?
Man, listening to these people, man, that can't understand what the question is, man. These niggas going out. These niggas going all around the board, bro. You asking a simple question, bro.
Right.
You put KD on the Bulls team with the Bulls still have 6 championships. That's the question, bro. They're talking about LeBron. Y'all talking about D Wade, bro? That's a simple question, like simple, and the answer is hell no.
Agreed.
Like what are we even talking about? Like I don't think Zeke understands, bro, that like the more he talks, bro, the more that, and I love Zeke. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like I love when he pumps up LeBron and puts LeBron where you support. I love that part. But it just stay on that stance, bro. Nigga, now you widen it like down to KD. Well, KD joined the 73-9 bro. And that's the only time he sniffed the championship. Unless y'all want to talk about nigga when he went to the finals and got 4-1 by LeBron. So like this is to me this is just disingenuous. Like I love to disagree about MJ. MJ is my GOAT. Obviously he got more flaws and stuff. Like I was saying, he took advantage of timing and situations better than anybody else. I'm gonna say it like that. But when y'all talk about KD, man, we mucking up the water, bro. Like this ain't even a discussion. Like this shouldn't even be a question, bro. Like I'm just being honest with you, Bruce. Like you helping haters out by even having this as a discussion, bro, because it's not a discussion. KD not even on the level of Kobe and LeBron. How you gonna get me next to Jordan?
I agree. But we know what it is with Isiah, man. Unfortunately, we know what it is. And I just think it's sad because, like we said at the beginning, I don't know if you were here for it. He's just, at this point, he's embarrassing himself now because he has such the problem with MJ, but he's trying to frame it in intelligent basketball discourse, but we all see through it. It just looks bad.
Now, I will say this. I will say, and you might not agree with this, bro. I will say that I don't think Zeke gets the proper credit and to me, Zeke was one of if we're not talking about Larry Bird, because Larry Bird said too, even though I don't think that the Bulls or MJ had comparable help to even win those series, and MJ was putting up like astronomical numbers.
Yeah.
I'm saying besides that team right there, I do think that Zeke has a right to pump his chest, like put his chest out and say, I beat MJ 3 times. Like I only lost to him once. So I do think that he gets he gets pushed to the side just a little bit too much. But as far as MJ goes, bro, MJ's at the top, bro. And I don't think we should be comparing anybody that's a 3rd tier player or down to MJ. Like, that's just how I feel, bro. I didn't take up too much of your time, bro.
No doubt, man. I appreciate the call, YD. Thank you, man.
All right, appreciate it, bro.
Have a great night, man.
All right, Steve.
All right, bro.
All right.
All right, Ed Dog, I see you were trying to call, man. Get your call in, and then we're gonna call it a wrap for the night. Man, this topic definitely got people energized. That's neat.
It did, man.
Yeah, I think we made the right call on this tonight, man.
Yeah, you did, sir. You did.
You're gonna need some coffee in the morning, Sneak.
I got a coffee maker at school, bro. 12 cups at a time, bro.
No doubt. Okay, well, looks like we're not gonna get Ed Dog tonight, so we are gonna leave it right there. I want to thank everybody so much for being so engaged in the chat. I want to thank the callers. I want to shout out my man Charles from Texas, new caller. Really appreciate you. Hope you all enjoyed this show tonight. This was just one of those, the topic popped up and we said, let's go get it, man. And y'all certainly delivered for us. We're so grateful for that. So we are going to get out of here. Make sure y'all like and subscribe and share the show, share the channel with other people you talk sports with. And, always remember, here on the Format Podcast,
the cream will rise to the top. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Y'all have a great night, and we out. Peace.
Deuces.